Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're sharing with you the best thing about every cruise line. And you know, sometimes we talk about the pluses and the minuses, the loves and hated, but this time around we're going to stick with just the things that we like. We're going to tell you what the very best thing is about each one.
Yeah, hopefully this will help you decide which cruise line might be best for you based on what you like and what's important to you. So the very first cruise line we're going to talk about is Carnival. And this is one that kind of shocked us, as we've done a lot of Carnival cruises, done a lot of cruises in general. But the one thing that stands out for Carnival is the variety of food. Now, we're not always saying it's the best food on any cruise line, but it is the most variety. So like, you're not going to get sick of the food. They have a ton of different restaurants on Carnival, from Shack's Chicken to Guy's Burgers, Guy's Pig and Anchor, specialty restaurants, and we really do like them all.
Yeah, I do love that on Carnival because you don't want to be on a ship where you're only eating in the main dining room and in the buffet. It's always great when they have lots of other options for you available, lots of different types of food. Even if there's specialty, even this, you know, adding in the specialty restaurants, it's nice when there are lots of choices to pick from when you're, you know, when you want to eat, especially if you're on a ship for a long time. You're on, you know, kind of the longer cruises or transatlantics like we do lots of times. You want to have that variety in there. So it's great that Carnival has that to offer.
Yeah, and I think if you're a family cruising and you have children with you, and if you have picky eaters with you, and you're kind of concerned about that, Carnival might be the best cruise line for you, because the variety of food is great. They're not going to be left out of anything if you have people that don't like certain types of foods. Moving on to Royal Caribbean, they do have one calling card, and it is kind of their big calling card. It is their ships. They have the biggest, the best, the most exciting, the newest cutting-edge ships in the world, and they are really phenomenal.
Yeah, I think literally every single time that they announce they have a new ship coming out, it is absolutely the talk of all the towns because it's always like, it's the biggest, it's the best. They've got, you know, so much to do on board. It literally is like little traveling cities is what I always say about Royal Caribbean ships. There's just so much there and so much to offer. So definitely, if you're looking for lots of entertainment, lots of things, you know, say if you're going like with family, a big group of your family, kind of like a family reunion type thing, Royal Caribbean ships are perfect for that because there's something for everyone. There's so much to do there.
Yeah, exactly. The last time we were on Royal Caribbean, it was really remarkable how much more there was to do than some of the other lines we'd been on. So really great if you have a large group of people going with you. Next cruise line is going to be MSC, and they're often a much maligned cruise line, but they do have a couple of things going for them that are pretty great. The first is, they're actually going to get two best things. The first is the price. They're simply the cheapest cruise line out there. So if you're looking to cruise on a budget, that is going to be the one you want to go with. But also, surprisingly, they also have really nice ships. Not quite Royal Caribbean, but very nice ships, especially for the price.
Absolutely. You're not expecting, when you're paying, you know, $179 for a cruise, that you're going to get a ship with Swarovski steps, crystal steps going down through the atrium, or you know, the different options, entertainment stuff that they have on the ship, and just absolutely stunning the way that they do it, and they just look really classy. It really is shocking because you're thinking to yourself, I don't think I paid enough for this cruise until you have the other experiences. But their ships are actually really amazing.
Yeah, next one we're going to move on to is Norwegian. And this was a tough one for us because Norwegian is a very well-rounded cruise line. And so there's not a ton that sticks out as being so much better than everything else. They're like a solid B+ across the board, so you're almost always going to have a good experience with Norwegian, no matter what your likes and dislikes are. But there is one thing that stands above all other cruise lines, and that is the thermal suites.
Absolutely. If you've watched our videos here on the channel, you've probably spotted that we have lots of thermal suite videos on here. Why? Because it's probably one of our favorite spaces on all ships, and our favorite thermal suites have always been on Norwegian ships. They really just do such a great job, and they make it a very luxurious space. Always makes it worth the money that you're spending. They always have great views and just lots available in that space. So thermal suites is definitely their forte.
Yeah, and they're usually bigger than some other ships. And if you're on a long Norwegian cruise, sometimes it's not that much more expensive than a 7-night. We did a 21-night cruise on them and got the thermal suite for not that much more than we paid for one of the 7 nights. So check into that if you're going to be on a long cruise on Norwegian. Next up is Princess, and the best thing about them is the food. They really do stand out in that area.
Yeah, the food on Princess, I think whenever you talk to somebody about Princess Cruise Line, that's the first thing they talk about. I remember us talking to somebody, we were actually on a train talking to somebody about Princess Cruise Line, and they said, yeah, hands down, the food is phenomenal, over the top, always world class, and really makes you feel like you're, you know, eating a real gourmet meal.
Yeah, it makes a difference if you want kind of that elevated experience. Now, it's not going to be the variety of food that some of the other lines have, but the food quality is what they stand out in. Next up is Holland America, and where they really shine is the service and the staff. We found that on all of our Holland America cruises, the staff was really second to none.
Absolutely. I think they basically experience you, the staff, they've trained them to, they experience you one time, and they kind of memorize the things that you want, that you're interested in. I mean, I've never had a constant table service in the buffet like we had when we were on Holland America. They would come up, they already knew what you were drinking, if you wanted water or lemonade, or if, you know, you were always ordering a drink from the bar, whatever that was, they were like, okay, they just brought it to you and set it there. So that was awesome. And then if you wanted, you know, something else, you started to get up and they would run over and say, what can I get you? And then they go get it for you. I mean, that's phenomenal. Not to mention the other parts of the ship where they really shine, but the staff on Holland America is trained to be above and beyond. They're really great staff.
Let's talk about Virgin, and this was a new experience for us, our first time on Virgin. We were blown away by a lot of things, but blown away by the restaurants in particular. To put it in kind of terms of other cruise ships, this is basically every dinner on Virgin is basically about the same as a specialty restaurant on any of these other cruise ships. You really are getting something special when you eat dinner on Virgin.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely amazing that they've done things so differently. You're getting all of this included, so you're not paying extra for these specialty restaurant-like meals and experiences. I mean, especially, I think, you know, we're sitting at the Korean barbecue place, and they're cooking the meal there in front of us, and I was like, I can't believe this is included, that we're not paying extra for this. This should be extra for this kind of service and this food. It was really just phenomenal. Pretty much all the places that we ate, I felt that way.
Yeah, we went to the Mexican restaurant there, and I tell you, it was incredible. I wasn't expecting much because I was thinking, well, it's a Mexican restaurant. What's going to be so elevated about this? But unlike most Mexican restaurants on a cruise ship, they served ribeye on this, and it was probably the best ribeye that I've ever had, so can't fault them at all. Every single restaurant there was amazing. Another thing that really stand out about is if you are wanting to do a cruise and you don't have children, you don't want to be around children, that's kind of what you want for your vacation, there are no kids on Virgin, so it does stand out in that way as well. Celebrity, I think their best feature is their new ships. Their new ships are pretty nice. Now, I didn't say all ships, it's all their new ships. The new ships really do stand out, and they are pretty much amazing.
Yeah, their new ships are just really special. They have special features, and they're just gorgeous. Like, you feel like you're in like walking through like an art museum almost, because they do include a lot of art pieces throughout as well, but they just do such a great job with lots of different mediums too, that they have throughout the ship, and it just really feels so nice and so inviting. I really do love their new ships.
And then we've got Disney, and Disney is pretty easy. Their calling card is going to be their entertainment. They have the best entertainment at sea, pretty much hands down. The shows that they put on are just fabulous.
Absolutely. The shows are the same level of shows that you'll experience if you pay out, you know, in the regular world to go see a Disney show. That is what you're getting on their ships as well. I mean, we were so shocked when we went to go see Beauty and the Beast on our Disney cruise, and it was like, oh my gosh, I thought it was going to be like, you know, a little kid's play or something. This is like the real deal, and all the special effects, and I was absolutely amazed. The entire staff crew that worked on that, incredible, just really fantastic, really blew us away.
Yeah, incredible. So that is the best thing about every cruise line. Love to know what you think about them. What were your best thing about some of these cruise lines? If it differs from ours, let us know in the comments.
All right, guys, let us know down there in the comments. We'll take a look at those, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. We'll see you guys next time.